Today, it has been approximately 1 month since my microvascular decompression for my trigeminal neuralgia in my brain. And unfortunately, I don't have to take any more writing rhetoric courses, or else, what did you do on your spring break? Well, I had brain surgery, and it sucked. Maybe one day I'll write about it, but making a video is the best thing I can do right now. So I also start chemo today. Very exciting, not really. In 1 week, I'm losing my home. I don't know where I'm going to live. I also had to end my relationship with my only family during my surgery. It was excruciating to be abused for 2 weeks while I was recovering from brain surgery. I'm also going to college full-time this spring term while I'm recovering from brain surgery. And I have a plethora of other assaults, but there's something inside of me that doesn't let those bastards grind me down. I want to tell you a little bit more about my microvascular decompression. Here is the scar. I need to get my hair trimmed, but here's the scar from the MVD. It's right here. It's a nice job. My surgeon did well. My surgeon also saved my life. I spent eight years in excruciating facial pain, and no one listened to me. Not a single doctor. It's funny because it ended up being in my head. I went in for my MVD surgery, and when I woke up, I thought they had paralyzed my neck because the pain was so bad, and all I remember is the immense force and weight on my skull, and I had pillows propping me up, and they had to keep me at an incline to watch my blood pressure. Neuro ICU is the most humbling of any place I've ever been. I couldn't move, I couldn't speak. I had everything taken from me for about a day and a half. I was in ICU. I've never been in the ICU before. Not recently. And all I remember was it was so horrible trying to walk again. One day in ICU, the next day in the neuro ward, and they send in the occupational therapist and the physical therapist, and they try to get you up. And all I wanted to do was lay like this, and the worst pain was, a lot of it was the cage they put into the skull to secure the head while they were performing the microvascular decompression, and that cage left bloody holes. And now I've got this stupid indent forever, hopefully not, in my forehead, and that gave me a horrible headache. It wasn't like trigeminal pain, but it sucked. And they were trying to get me to get out of bed, those occupational therapists, and the vertigo was like 2 rooms spinning inward infinitely, and it was nauseating and horrible. And as soon as I tried to go from horizontal to vertical, I vomited for 3 hours. Just couldn't stop vomiting. And I didn't want to walk again. And I can see where that's a point where people give up. My grandmother died from her 7th stroke when she was 74. And I remember that after her last surgery in her brain, that was the time that she gave up. Was when they kept coming in and asking her to walk again. And I never knew how vital it is to move. Life is movement. And my grandma gave up. And that's when she died. Because she stopped caring. And I knew that inside of me. And I used that. I used that strength. I used that Viking strength in my Norwegian blood, and I told me, I was like, God damn it, I'm going to walk again. And I'm going to feel better, and I'm going to be okay. Not that I'm condoning thinking positively will help you, but in some cases, having a little piece of hope to hold on will help you, I would say. So I got up that day, and then I vomited more. And I started using a walker the third day. And once I could walk, the physical therapist said, I think you can go home. So after only 3 days of being in the hospital and having a craniotomy, I went home. It was pretty amazing, and my doctor said I was healing really well. So that's my MVD, but there's so much more. And just stories I could tell you about how I felt in the hospital and how horrible it was to have brain surgery. I think especially because I have other chronic illnesses that only aggravate the situation more and make it more painful for me. I want to tell you now about something amazing after I had a drink of water. I want to tell you that in the past week, I can smile and it doesn't hurt. When they went in and did the surgery, they only expected the 5th cranial nerve to be entrapped by the vessel. It was, ruthlessly. But the 7th cranial nerve was also affected, so not only do I have trigeminal neuralgia, I had a case of Bell's palsy for my whole life on the right side, and I never knew. I always thought it was weird that my face was a little numb, and it was always hard to smile, and it would hurt and burn. Very interesting. So I had that my whole life. I never knew. They fixed that because it was also a vessel entrapping the 7th cranial nerve. And then the 8th cranial nerve, which I believe is the vestibular nerve, which affects hearing, balance, coordination. I think it might be the 7th or the 8th that also affects your tongue and your taste buds. It's very interesting. Everything's been so different since I started getting better about a week ago. I have setbacks because of my other illnesses. Healing from freaking brain surgery it's not easy. And with the other stressors I have going on in my life right now, it's almost impossible some days to get out of bed. But today, I got out of bed and I slept well. And my trigeminal neuralgia pain, I dare give numbers. Because numbers are a liar. They lie. Numbers definitely lie. I'm down to a 50% reduction in trigeminal neuralgia pain. And I've never known for 8 years what that felt like. I can smile. I can brush my teeth. That's important for oral health. Don't forget to floss. I can wash my face. I can put makeup on and it doesn't hurt. I go outside now and if a cold breeze blows, it doesn't hurt like it did. I can't tell you how many times I wanted to give up during this healing process, but I have to keep telling myself it's only been 1 month since my skull was cut open, and now I have a metal plate back there. So I can only imagine, hopefully, that some numbers don't lie and that I will continue to start trending better. And I know that healing's not going to be exponential and I'm just going to suddenly get better, and that's been super irritating. That people just think, oh, she had surgery, now she's cured of every other illness that she has and she'll be fine. Great. No, that's a lie. So I'm not all better, but part of me is better. And that's the part of me that has pushed me over the edge, especially in the past 10 months. I still can't work because I just had brain surgery. I'm trying to find a new place to live. I'm starting chemotherapy. I have infinite variables of unknowns, and I'm terrified. So I give my positivity, my joy about this pain reduction from my MVD, Microvascular Decompression, and I give this hope to you if you suffer from trigeminal neuralgia. Fuck. I'm sorry. But I encourage you, with help from your doctor, if the doctor thinks it's right for you, I would encourage you to have an MVD if you have trigeminal neuralgia of this cost. I don't know how to end this video because I don't even think about it, but I wanted to say thank you for all of you who have donated to my GoFundMe account. And I just want to educate people more about trigeminal neuralgia. I want to bring awareness to this horrible, life-altering, just disintegrating, I can't even think of all the words, it's horrible, it's horrific, it's a disgusting and evil disease. And it's insidious and it ruins your life. It takes everything from you because you spend days in bed with ice packs and hot packs and whatever helps you because you can't move because the pain is so bad. And that's not okay. So I want to find ways to help trigeminal neuralgia. And I even may someday study some other causes of why we get trigeminal neuralgia. For me, why was it like that? My neurologist says it was just an anatomical fault. But I think there might be more to it. But let me get that PhD first and then I'll tell you. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry it's been kind of long. But I've been suffering for 8 years. And this is just a blip.